Welcome back, everybody. We got our 10:30 match to start. They're starting a couple minutes earlier, which is good. This is Michelle Nix at the table, won the break. She is one of our referees here. This is ladies. This is the B.C. division qualifier. So both Lindsay and Michelle are racing to 3, so they're both standard or C-ranked players. And Michelle to break here. She's one of our well-known refs for the CCS. And on the other table, when they get going here, we'll have Loretta and Tracy, and they're both intermediate level, racing to 4 on our other table. So we will be switching back and forth. Although I have not seen Loretta this morning, which is unusual for her to not be in here already. So I'm not sure if she's making it down to the tournament. I would have seen her last night, I'm sure. Good morning, Brandon. How are you doing? And both these ladies are nervous to play on the stream. They were talking about it, so nothing but nice comments. I'll be very strict with that. No negative comments. The way I'm feeling this morning, you might not even get a warning before you're banned, so this is your warning. Good morning, Tony. How you doing? Shelley, if I'm pronouncing that right. Tournaments just for the ladies. All the big leagues, VNEA, CCS, ACS, BC, I think they all have women's divisions. I know with the CCS, we're back in Calgary, is where I'm based out of, and Ted Harms, who's the president that runs all this. We do have ladies league, ladies division in league, which is all ladies. I'm not sure if whereabouts you are from. And I know in Alberta, between Calgary, Edmonton, Red Deer are 3 main pool centers. We do have a number of ladies-only tournaments too that we put on. Nothing to do with any league affiliation, just out of the pool halls. Nine-ball finished yesterday, Rick from YouTube. Woody won, Joe Spence got second. Wayne, how you doing? Ohio. There's a ton of pool in Ohio. I'm sure you got to have some ladies stuff around there. And if I'm correct, I'm on a couple of the Ohio pool pages. If you search on Facebook for Ohio pool, there's a fair number of pool groups, and I'm sure they post or can give some information for you in your area about some ladies tournaments. If not, maybe contact some of the leagues, ACS, VNEA, or even some of the pool halls in your area, wherever you're at. See if they may put on some ladies tournaments or be interested in putting on. Hey, Chris. Thanks, Troy. That's nice to see Michelle actually with a pool cue in her hand instead of ref jersey on. See her at a number of these CCS tournaments as one of the refs. She is reffing here as well. I don't know if you guys saw that little bit of a controversy yesterday between, actually it was Joe Spence and Woody. I think it was the A final they played each other in. She was a referee that came out and took a look. And then we brought in Jeff Pithy, and our head ref on top with that sort of second hit, or where I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday, where Lonnie made a shot and then with a follow through hit another ball with his cue and actually made that ball. It looked really weird, but it was not a foul. It's cue ball fouls only. Thanks, Roger. Thomas, that's the best place to watch is at work. You get paid to watch pool. So Michelle back at the table here. She is shooting low ball. It's tough. This 7 ball has no easy home. Yeah, Rick, most of the time it's the pros that do the all ball fouls, because a lot of those bigger tournaments you'll have a ref for every table. Really, with all ball fouls, you need a ref watching. No, well, it was with that. It was actually because it was Woody at the table. It's actually Joe's. He was playing Joe Spence. It's Joe's option to have that replaced or leave it stay down. That's Joe's. It's same as if you'd bumped a ball with your finger or something as you're lining up to bridge. It's up to your opponent whether you want to move that, whether he wants to move that back or leave it where it was. Same with that ball going down was the determination. Nice attempt at the safe. But she's left the stripe over the side pocket. Yeah, she needed to hit that with a little bit of draw to avoid that 9 ball, but now she's in tough. No problem, Drury. Terry, welcome back, buddy. We are out in Vancouver, BC at the Lakeside Resort, Penticton. Awesome facility here. This hotel's right on the water. Got 40 tables in the room here. This is one of the only big events where we actually have table lights. We take the time here, and it's totally up to Sabrina, who runs this. She loves the lights, which is awesome. I remember it's the third or fourth year with the lights. Everybody loves this tournament. Biggest complaint was there was no table lights, and it's a little darker in the room. Not terrible, but this makes it awesome with the table lights. So we hang all 40 table lights from cables and stuff run throughout the room. So it takes about 5 to 6 hours of playing around. 6 hours for 4 or 5 guys to put up these lights. So it's a lot of work. We actually help set this tournament up. I help move all the tables in. Came out a day early. I got here. Ben, myself, and David, who's our junior player traveling with us, and Joe Spence. We all got out here on Sunday. We drove out just because the roads could be terrible going through the Rogers Pass in the mountains there. We did hit a blizzard for a little while, but we always come out the day early. It's nice. They provide our hotel and lunch and dinner and drinks for the extra night for helping set up the tables. And Bob on YouTube there with that Woody, he was, again, because it's, again, determined that, again, it's only cue ball fouls. He got to keep shooting, but it was Joe's Joe's choice to put that ball back as best he thought where it was. He decided where it was would have been too easy to shoot, so he just let him continue from where it was. That's a nice double kiss to pop that right out in front of that corner pocket. The last thing Michelle wants to do is touch that 8 ball. I just roll up and, yeah, she's calling no call. I might even put that 7 right onto that 8 ball. Last thing you want to do is open up. There might be a shot off that 5 into that corner. If she can kick and put this in. Joanna, they're 7-foot Valley bar box tables. High Country Promotions, Shannon Benson supplies these. He's actually our tournament director as well. Mercury Ultra Cloth. These are all, I believe these are the new tables, so they do have the Ridgeback rails. Nice hits. And if I'm Michelle, I'm not even looking at that 7. She knows she's a ref. That's not going to go in there, so she's calling no call. Park that over the side pocket if we can. Not too bad. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? There's Sabrina just saying hi to everybody. She is the one that puts on this event here. So if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, say hi and thanks to Sabrina. She puts in a ton of work doing this. That's Sabrina saying hi on Facebook. And now Michelle's just, got lucky. Although if she cuts this in, she's going to come far enough back down table here to have a shot at cutting that in that side pocket. Yeah, Bob, they had, with that call there, it was all over the place. Like I sort of, I don't know. I came to sit down just as sort of Ben's like, here, he rewound it on YouTube and said, check this out, what do you think? You're ref, what do you think? And I'm like, I saw it quickly and just didn't see exactly what happened. So, again, when Jeff came in, I wasn't going to hesitate to make a call because I didn't see it all. So I actually took the tablet, went over to Michelle, who was involved being called over the table, and Jeff Pithian, who's our head ref, and we actually went back over it and watched a couple times, and this is after Michelle and Jeff had already made the ruling. I took it over so they could actually see what happened. They were only explained what happened because they weren't watching, so I showed them, and in the end it was the correct call. It was Joe's option to spot it, and Woody kept shooting. And again, these ladies were really nervous to be playing on the stream table here. And it appears our other match that was supposed to be on the other stream table with the B players, Loretta McMurdy and Tracy, will not be happening. I don't think Loretta's at the tournament this year. I have not seen her. I would have normally seen her already. She would have been here yesterday for Scotch, I believe. Michelle's looking a little nervous. Might be shooting a little quick. Lindsay, I do not know Lindsay. I know Michelle fairly well. First time seeing Lindsay here. Don't scratch. Oh no. Oh, unlucky. Okay. Michelle's got to smarten up here. I turn around, I take the 5, bump off the rail, leave myself some angle on that 7 to come around for that 8. So, Michelle, when you go back and watch this, I'll use this as a little bit of coaching. Take the 5 into the pocket where your hand is there. Leave yourself an angle to just bump off the rail and leave yourself a little bit of an angle so you can play some topspin on the 7 around a couple rails down for the 8 ball. You're starting good, but you're going to play a stop shot. You want to leave a dead stop to play that 7 in the opposite corner. And without any angle, you're going to have a very tough shot on that 8. Okay. That'll work. Although now with this angle, you're playing short side, and that corner pocket's coming into play a little bit. There we go. Lindsay's a local, and I know Michelle is from. Thought Michelle was from Kimberley, not Cranbrook. Sabrina. She might play out of a Cranbrook league. Maybe that's where he. Nice shot. Get out of the corner. Scratch is not a loss unless you sink the 8 ball as well. So, Lindsay on the board. First game. I'll pop up a couple advertisers here. This is Patrick Bayless. He's normally here, but he is going to be going to the BCA next week, I believe. Or he hasn't even been playing. He's been so busy. You guys looking for a tattoo and if you're out in the Vancouver area, Burnaby, BC, Karma Tattoo. Patrick Bayless has that. He's a fellow pool player. Fairly good shot as well. Always nice to support the pool community. Yeah, scored. Yeah, I've talked on and off with Shannon a little bit. He's doing well. It's nice to see him out at this tournament. He's going to be doing the tournament directing out in the Canadians at Niagara Falls in a couple weeks. We'll see him back out there. These tables, I believe, will be making that journey out there. Gary and his wife were out here. Or sorry, not Gary, Shannon. Sorry, Shannon. Shannon and his wife were out, and they were a couple days early here with the tables, so they went skiing at one of the local ski hills here, or snowboarding, sorry. Shannon snowboards. It's been a while since he'd been on the hill. Yep, and High Country Promotions, they're awesome. They're the ones that supply all these tables. They do tournament directing, and it's now Shannon Benson. It used to be Shannon and Gary. His dad, Gary, did pass, unfortunately, of cancer. And yeah, if you guys need anywhere in North America, need pool tables for a tournament, these are the guys to go to. They supply all the Vegas tables. And while they're straightening out whatever they're doing there, if I can find my remote. Shannon generally tunes in and watches the stream here, so I'm going to, before the next shot here, I'll make Shannon famous. There he is, wondering what he's drinking. Long days he puts in sitting up there. In the room for about 8:45, and usually one of the last ones out. The same with us streaming, and back with Western Canadians in Calgary and the Vancouver Island Championships out in Nanaimo, BC. It's myself doing that tournament directing, sitting in that chair and streaming and playing, which makes it all fun. With zero sleep all week. That also puts a strain on Ben and Grant when we're doing those, but tough to cover with just a couple guys. And again, Grant's off to Seattle tomorrow, I believe, so he's not out here. So it's just Ben, myself, and David. David won't be doing much commentary at all. He's just 17. He's one of our junior players, but he does know how to keep track of the score and everything. So as Ben and I are playing, I will be playing later today. Ben doesn't play today, so we should have pretty good coverage today on here. But as Ben and I are both playing, David will be on here just keeping track of the score and stuff. So trying to get him to put the headset on just to say hi to you guys. He's a little nervous. Brandon, if it's glitching, just back out and reload. Like I'm watching on both YouTube and Facebook here, and my stream's running pretty good. Hopefully nobody's having any issues. If you are, just back out and reload it. Tends to help sometimes. Hey, no problem. That's usually the best way to fix anything. Either smack it or turn it on or off. So, shooting low ball, they are all wide, fairly wide open here for Lindsay. You got to start with this. I believe that's it's either 2 or the 4 ball to the bottom right here. If you can, awkward bridging, draw it back a little bit. And that's just awkward bridging. She does have the 7. Again, she just touched that. Michelle's saying, Michelle, go up and put it where it was. There's the referee in her, making sure it goes back to where it was. And Lindsay says, I'll take this 7 ball. It's a little easier to get at. Man, should be playing top on that, not drop. I think a little top right was easier to come out. But she got there, but now the trouble is that 5 ball and the 4 ball, I believe it is, beside it, has nowhere to go. Either the 2 or the 4 she's shooting, or the 2 and the 4 over there. Nice draw.
Arden Newfield, are you there?
Now if she can back cut that 7. I'm not sure what she's aiming at here. Thanks. Whoa, in and out. Michelle's got everything wide open here. Now it's a little awkward bridging, but if she's fairly straight on this 9, just roll it ahead for the 13. Leave yourself a little angle to come up. Here's second best. If you're not comfortable with this cut, she's straight into the bottom right corner with her other ball, which will leave her for the other 2. If you're unsure. Now she's got a little tougher shot. Off the rail. Thanks, Jarrett. Sorry, guys, just getting back to looking at the comments here between Facebook and YouTube. Brackets are on CompuSport under the Falcon CCS British Columbia Championships. You'll find all the draws. I don't know. I've been talking for quite a while here, Benjamin. Might try your volume. Unless I've been talking and nobody can hear me at all. And Michelle deciding what she'd like to do, where she'd like to leave herself. Geez, these are standard C-level players, so this is the bottom, right? So they're not as you move up to the B and the A division and then the elite guys that you see, like Ben in there. Most of these, what we call it the standard division or C division here, are just your rec players that are out to have fun, have a good time. And I know these two ladies were all worried about being on the stream, and now that they're the only game playing on the stream, I told them I'd be able to switch back and forth between the other match, but there was a no-show in the other match, so they are front and center. And these two stream tables are right in the middle of the room, right beside the tournament desk, so you get everybody standing around watching, so it does add pressure even for myself when I'm on here. I mean, I love to play every one of my matches on the stream table if I could, because I'm used to it. It does add pressure to your opponent. So anytime I can play on the stream table, I love it because I'm used to it. But even for myself, playing on these tables, and you got 30, 40, 50 guys standing around your table watching you on top of the stream and the cameras, and then me sitting here doing commentary, it's a little unnerving for these ladies. So and that's why, and at this level, and I mean, it's today is we do have some of the B division men's, and we got the standard division C qualifier going on this morning, as well as the ladies. So I know on these the C or standard division, it's even for commentary, it's a little tougher because normally we say you should go from this to this to this to this ball. Being the C division, they don't read the tables the same. They can't make the same, maybe a harder shot or more comfortable playing position into a harder shot, even though that's the right shot that should be played next. They're a little uncomfortable and they'll play what they like, so makes it a little tough with the commentary. Scratch, and unluckily sunk Michelle's ball there, so she will have ball in hand on the 8 to tie it up. And here's a good point. When you got ball in hand, and I don't, why are you shooting that to the corner pocket? Bad, bad, bad. Side pocket is a lot closer and a lot bigger from there. Still straight in. I was going to say, even with ball in hand, and I got to do this myself, and I don't. Position the ball, go through your exact same pre-shot routine you do with every other ball, and I don't do it because I just slam the ball down. All this is easy. Get down and shoot, and that tends to get me in trouble. You should do the same pre-shot routine. You want to put the cue ball down, ball in hand, walk around the table, whatever you need to do, stand back, walk into your shot, line up. I tend to don't do it. A lot of people don't, and that's where you see people miss ball in hand a lot of the time. I had an opponent do that to me last night. He missed because he got down shot too quick. Anyway, let's get some, go through some more of our advertisers here. We got JB cases. You guys are spending big money on these cues and the carbon fiber shafts and everything. You want the best case to protect that. That's a JB case lifetime warranty. You can drag this thing behind your car down the road, you can run it over, and your cues will still come out looking pretty good. And they got their warranty. They'll actually, if your cue gets damaged in the case, I think they'll replace your cue for you too. Try to get that from any other cue maker, or even the lifetime warranty from any other one. Not going to happen. You spend $700 on a shaft, why not spend $300 on a high-end case? Charles, it's cue ball fouls only in this game. Yeah, thanks, Wayne. Yeah, I mean, with the ball in hand, you see, and again, I'll see top-level players like Ben, they'll miss the odd time too. Everybody misses. Nobody's a robot and perfect. And, I mean, you might have one of these C players play a great game where he gets a couple runouts. Everybody's, they shouldn't run out in the C division, but then some of these better players, anybody can have a good game or good tournament. But, and I mean, that's the coaching that I get from my coach, where I take lessons, Dwayne Bjornstad. I mean, it's just, you got to do that same routine, pre-shot routines, and I don't. I can say here and tell everybody you should do it every time, and I don't. Just probably like everybody else. Travis, I'm not sure. If you go onto CompuSport, you type her name in, it'll pop up and tell you whether she's here or not. It's a nice thing with CompuSport. So again, throughout the day here, while I'm doing some commentary anyway before I got to start playing at 1 with some of these ladies or some of the C matches, if we got them on here, a little tougher to do commentary, so I'll try to do it as a more of a lesson what, in my opinion anyway, they should go through and try to shoot or try to do. And we encourage everybody to go back and watch, especially if they've been on the stream here play, and try to get them to go back and watch. And that's the best way to see what's going wrong. What you've done is film yourself playing. And if you miss a shot, you'll go back and watch and say, hey, look, I saw myself stand up, or maybe I twisted my wrist or did something. You'll be able to see that videoing yourself and go back, and it gives you a way to correct yourself, and you'll see yourself going around, hey, I didn't do my same routine for every shot all the way through. And you see those better players, they do it all the time. They get into that same routine every shot. Thanks, James. Yeah, and everybody tuning in, if you guys got players from your town or your league where you're playing in this, yeah, definitely cheer them on. Send them a shout out. Yeah, from here, like normally with Michelle shooting stripes on, you get that sort of, especially with the guys, the B division or the A division here, they should be out, but in the way I've been shooting, I'd probably need 2 or 3 attempts to get out from here on those stripes, especially the way I shot last night. Oh. But if she can see that 9 ball, I'd be taking that 9 right now on the side, but I think that 8's just in the way. But now what you want to do is playing this, come around and look to see what area you want to leave that cue ball in. Not at the standard level, you're not looking to stop it on a dime or a quarter size shot. Look to play to an area where you can make your next shot. So what I do is you line up, look how you're going to hit the shot, go back and look and see where you want to leave it. Walk around, and I'm doing that now. look to see where you want to leave it. Take a walk around, maybe a different angle, and then come back and make your shot. Yeah, see, she wasn't too comfortable there. It's nice stand up and reset, but yeah, I'm not sure if that 11 will go past that 8 and 5 into the side pocket. She's just taking a look there. There's a player. You can see her foot on the right there before she goes around and takes a look. Well, it looks like she can see straight through to that 15 ball, maybe, is what she's shooting. Again, she's over 20 feet away from me, so I don't have a direct look at the table. I'm watching the screen like you guys. And that's okay trying for that, because that was her ball she hit. And now here, Lindsay got down way too fast on that shot, even though she made it. She just sort of walked up and dropped down and shooting. Yeah, that's right, Philip. I mean, yeah, it's... Yeah, like I said, Al, this is the bottom division. Ladies are out here to have a good time. Now they get the score right. Should be tied. Was 1-1. I missed that. Michelle did have ball in hand on that 8 ball to win the last match. Yeah, Wayne's saying on YouTube there, found that C players learn faster with good coaches and coaches that stick to, with good basics, and coaches that stick to that. Yeah, it's viewer advantage, Curtis. Yes, $20 Canadian. You can email to qsportslive@gmail.com, or if you're outside of Canada, need to use another form of payment, you can message our page and we'll get back to you with that info on there. Charles saying the rules of pool different up here in Canada than here in the States. No, these are world standardized rules, same rules that the ACS plays with down in the States. The only difference between this and VNEA is a couple little details on an open table on what you can shoot and what you can do. Same with BCA. Again, off the break, open table in BCA. The rest, other than the rules, other than that, are pretty close to the same with all of them. This is the standard division, the bottom. So these ladies are racing to 3. They're into intermediate ladies race to 4, and the advanced go to 5. Oh, if it's her, I believe that's a 10, could be the 10 ball. That does go to that side pocket past the 2 or the 4 ball there. Just don't want to run into it. Kind of like that. But she got okay with the leave. It's, yeah, James, it's the impeding ball rule. So if, say Lindsay's shooting here and she shoots through and somehow her cue hits that stripe and moves it, and then the cue ball or another ball comes through and passes that path where that ball was sitting, that is a foul then, because you've ultimately changed the outcome of the game with no way of knowing where that ball would have ended up. Impeding ball, they call that. There's Carla tuning in. She texted me and said, "Hey, what the hell are you doing with the score? You got it wrong." It's 1-1. Yeah, Therese, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, no, that's the best. You want to get better, play better players, and definitely ask questions. I mean, and I know in the Calgary area we got in Alberta, let's see, we got some of the top players in the country, and they're all fairly open to helping you out if you're playing them. Ask questions. They're happy to tell you, give the odd pointer. You know, she will have to be kicking at that unless she can see through the window to hit it. Looks like she's got lucky. Might be able to. I don't know if she can see enough of that to cut it in the side. From the way I'm looking, I don't think she can. She might overcut it, but we'll see how she hits it. The gentleman out of the wheelchair is on table 14. I will find out. I was talking to him earlier, and I think, wow, nice shot. Oh, she fouled. Okay. I didn't even see that. Sorry. Just looking at the guy shooting out of the wheelchair. I'll find out his name for you, Kevin. There's a couple guys that play out of wheelchairs here. There's 2 or 3 that we get to these tournaments. And now there's a pointer for Lindsay. If you go back, you took the wrong ball first. Start with that 7. You can play it almost a stop shot and play that same shot down into the bottom right you did, and then you would be coming back up for that 8 ball in the same corner. This just makes it a little tougher even if it goes by that 8. And again, making fun of the standard players, which I'm myself ranked as a standard player. Probably shouldn't be, but I'll make fun of the C players here for a minute. Easiest way to confuse a C player or a beginner player is give them ball in hand. You want to see them look like a duck out of water and give them ball in hand with a few balls on the table. So, she's left Michelle a cut to this bottom left. And this little angle like this, I love it. This is one of my favorite shots to make. And I warming up, I'll roll the ball out to this angle all the time. And just a little off angle, I love making this. And it's going to that pocket. And I do it shooting right-handed, this exact shot to the same pocket. Right now, looks like she's going to overcut it the way she's lining up. I was going to say, and she did.
I just tell them, do you have a rule book? Yeah. Look at the first page, 1.1, what does it say?
Well, that's the whole reason that you can always spot the Valley players. You can always spot them. Well, because it was either walking down table with a cue ball in her hand off the green, or...
Carla's saying she doesn't know those exact words. I should take a screenshot of what she texted me to put on there. I'd have to block out a few of those words that she was calling me.
David Carradine would have been proud, but he still fouled.
Oh. So, Lindsay breaking. Let's see if we can pop somebody back up here. We got Peter Chow, Graham Realty Inc. If you're in the Calgary area, looking to buy or sell a house, check him out to give him a call. Look him up online. He's a fellow pool player. And you'll see him tuning in, chatting on the stream. Say hi to him. Let him know you saw his ad on the stream. Helps us out. All our sponsors here, all these ads that you get up. If you guys can go to their social media pages, say, hey, we saw you on Q Sports Live. Just it gives them a shout out, know that they're being seen. That helps us out. Because we do try to sell advertising. That's how we do try to cover our costs to coming around to these tournaments. So, Brutal Game Gear out of Texas, Charlie and Heather Bryant. You can go check them out at brutalusa.com. They got some awesome gear on there. And you can get the Q Sports Live logos on there. And if you type in I believe it's CSL1 at checkout. They got a little promotional code there that will get you a free gift with your order. You have backpacks, hats, stickers, decals, still all the different stuff free they give out with your orders if you use that on there. So you could order a shirt, have a backpack and a hat come with it. How do you find out Fargo rate? What is it? Says Brandon on Facebook. Fargo rate's a system that uses a number point system from like 200 to 900, depending on how you're ranked. You need about 200 games in to get what they call established, or your robustness. I myself am around the 500 mark, somewhere around there. I don't play a whole lot of Fargo rated tournaments. That's generally BCA. Tournaments are Fargo rated. You'll get a lot of the local pool hall tournaments and stuff like that Fargo rate. ACS, CCS does not use or report to Fargo rate. They will use Fargo rate in helping to determine somebody's ranking though. They will use, and I know the CCS, especially here with Ted and myself, often looking up and re-ranking and looking at players and going through. And we use every means possible to try to help properly rank a player. Know an ability to their rank here. So I mean, it's try to do as fair as you can for everybody. And I know there's always people that try to sandbag and get around the system. And yeah, the top end for some of these C players is going to be that 500, or should be the 500. B player is going to be between that 5 and 600. Anybody over 600 should be playing in the A division here. I know with my Fargo rate down at the 5, I don't even know what it is, 5 something. I probably should be closer to the 600s the way I play. I just do not play many Fargo tournaments. I do have 400 or 500 games in, but that is playing a 580 and under tournament, so my rate is not going to go up too much playing guys right at 500. I know if I started playing in the other tournaments, although I've been in the hospital most of the last year, I start playing tournaments here again, mine should jump up closer to the 600 range. Yeah, Gary on YouTube. Yeah, with ball in hand, just straight through, same thing. And I try to keep it in the back of my head when I get ball in hand, is to stick it down, take a step back, take a breath, and then sort of step into my shot and down, set properly. And just do that with every shot. Same routine, whether it's ball in hand or something that's a foot away, straight in the side pocket. Yeah, and there is with that Fargo rate, you can search everybody's name or players' names in there to see if they have a Fargo rate. Like you look at Ben, this is Ben's last year being allowed to play in any of the ACS or CCS events because he is a 724 or 725 Fargo rate. And we've decided that with the ACS, CCS, that 720 Fargo rate is going to be the cap. That's generally what you look at. Anything above that, you're considered a pro player, and Ben is definitely at that level, and he's fully accepting of that. That's why you do not see Stephen Holem at these events this year. He is not allowed to play. He's coming up on 760 for his Fargo rate, and he is truly at the pro level. But with those guys that are up or close to that 700 or in that 700 to 720 Fargo rate, you'll notice in all our divisions here, C standard, B intermediate, A advanced. With those guys in the advanced, they all race to 7. These guys with these big Fargo rates, and the better players, or the elite as we call them, have to go to 8. They will spot everybody in that division one game. I'm the same way, John. I'm not consistent. I don't play enough, even with being out and streaming and doing all this. As much so, though, again, with my health issues this last year, I've played the least amount of pool I have in the last 20 years. I just don't play enough with the streaming here, and I mean, with all the time we spend behind the camera here doing this and then trying to play, it's really tough. And Ben, I mean, plays amazing and winning as well as sitting here doing this too. It's tough. But Ben plays probably close to 40 hours of pool a week. It's pretty much his full-time job. I'm lucky if I get a warm-up game in before my league match, and then I play my 5 games and I'm done. So yeah, Tyler, she does send, just watching her this first time again, she's local out here. And if she goes back and watches, yeah, she does tend to drop down quickly into her shot. And I noticed when I was doing the same thing, and even playing at the level I was doing the same thing. And with my coach working through and getting into more of a pre-shot routine, step backs or walk in down to shot, so I'm lined up and doing that, it really improved my game huge. I mean, I wasn't those balls that I was rattling in the corner, not rattling as much anymore. That's, you know what? It doesn't matter how well you shoot, as long as you're having fun playing pool and enjoying it, who cares? If you take 30 shots to sink your 7 balls, as long as you're having fun, who cares? That's what it's all about, is get out, enjoy yourself. You take it too serious, it's no fun anymore. I mean, you're not going to make very few are going to be able to make a living playing pool. So, and I think if more people took the attitude of, you know what, just enjoy it and it's out for fun, they'd actually shoot better. You get these guys that slam their cue around and get all ticked off that they've missed a shot or something, and it's just, why do that? It doesn't look like you're having fun. Why do you play? No, this match is scheduled to go to, I just started 10:30 till 12, I believe. But this other stream table is empty. I should try and see if I get a minute after this match is done. When I shut down a reset, I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to go through CompuSport, see what matches are lined up on the stream table, and I might move some around to get a little more of the B division men's and ladies A division on these 2 tables for the rest of the day. I do have that ability. I can put pretty much any match I'd like to move to this, especially with Shannon up there. He's good with accommodating me. So I will take a look and see what I can move around to keep a good mix from the C all the way up to the A and back and forth. We stream everybody, so actually, you know what? I actually enjoy these matches like this more than watching the guys run out. Watching everybody run out all the time gets boring. If you break and run, break, I love watching the safety battles, and I watch more snooker than anything. I love snooker. So, I mean, it's nice to watch a nice run out, but when you get these guys that are running rack after rack after rack, back and forth, kind of gets boring. Here's another scratch, and this is tough leave even with ball in hand here. And with Michelle shooting high ball, I believe. Or no, she's low. Oh, she called safe. Very smart shot. Although I don't know if I would have sunk that. And here's a tip for Michelle if she goes back. Take the same shot, but just stop that over top of that corner pocket. That gives you an easy shot. Then you can break out from there. More of a safety shot. Plus, then you're plugging that pocket just in case. But instead of sinking that shot, just tap it over top of the pocket. Just off the rail in front. This is going to be hard to hit going at this angle. I was going to say you're going to need extreme inside. Again, here, you don't have an easily sinkable ball. If I'm Michelle, I'm just going to tap that 3-ball over the pocket. Not this way. Tap it and leave your opponent a straight-on shot at that ball. Make her hit it. Yeah, see, you want a ball up on the table. So if your opponent hits this and leaves you bad, you're in trouble. If you have a safety ball over top of a pocket, that can win you the game. This is generally where you'd call a ref, but Michelle's ref is not even close, which is good that she did not hit that. Makes it tougher for Michelle now. Again, if I were her shooting, I wouldn't even hit that too. I would have just shot the ball into the corner pocket. Again, there's a spot in there. I would call a ref, even though Michelle is a ref. She will know that you can shoot this without fouling, but it's still at that level. It's within a chalk distance there, and I can see Bill going to be able to get up and... No, she's not. She's letting her shoot it. She went and took a look. And she hit that really nice. She made the ball, but I was actually sitting on the side here. I was watching the way she stroked that, and it was a good hit because you can follow through and double hit or push shot, whatever you want to call it. It's actual double hit. But she made that nice. Two, Hill. Gotta like it. Race to 1. And Michelle did win the coin toss, so she's breaking on the Hill match. And down at this level, I mean, it's... You get to that master level or A level, even into the B, winning that coin toss to break on the Hill is pretty important, especially if you can break and run the table. Here, chances are you're not going to see it. So, always nice to be breaking, but not quite as important. I don't think here you're not going to see very many break and runs in the standard division. I gauge my shooting. Like I'm in the C division here, racing to 5 as well. If based on my league stats, I should be getting 1 to 2 runouts out of those 5 games. That's usually what I average on a league night. Over a couple of my league nights, I'm usually usually ERO or first attempts, 1 to 2 of them a night for the most part. So when I'm playing good, that's what I look to do, or better here in the tournament. If I can run 1 out of the 5, I'm usually fairly happy at the C level. My match last night, I ran a couple to start off, and then I forgot how to hold a cue. I could have been playing with a butt end and shot the same the way I shot in the end. Wow, almost went all the way through there. Nice try. A bit of a messy table. So Michelle's got this straight in. She's looking to see there. If she rolls just ahead, she can probably have that. I believe it's a 7 ball. Might go past that 3 in the side. Rolled way ahead. From here, she's got to put a stroke on to get a leave, unless she plays that window for the 3 ball. Not sure if she went quite far enough. Can she see it? Close. Must be very close. She's looking at that. She can definitely hit 3/4 of it, but probably not real close to make it in this bottom right. This is where you can spin and throw the ball a little bit. And she actually had more than enough. Overcut it. And just going to check and see who we might have coming up. At noon, actually noon's supposed to be the next match. We have another ladies match coming up on one of these tables here. It'll be Lori Mino, who is a B division, playing Patricia Little, who is at C or standard, on table 21, which is this table. And table 22, we have Yvette Gallant, who's a teammate of mine from the Westerns last week, playing Raylene Darst. I'm sorry if I pronounced her last name wrong. They're gonna be coming up, so I will get that scoreboard changed around here. It's gonna be Ford with 3 race.
I don't know if that thing's on.
It's So, when this one's done, we'll flip over to the other ladies' match. They're about to break. They're starting actually half hour early. It's nice. Get ahead of time. This other match will be a little quicker than this one. I think I know Yvette plays very well. Dominic, yeah, I am. I will be in Niagara. Yeah, we will be out there. Yeah, I need a 2-piece broom handle. I might have shot better with that. What I needed is a big push broom, something that wide to hit the ball the way I was shooting. That combo does not look like it's lined up. I don't know how much of a gap she's got in there. She's got about half a chalk width, so she can make this if she overcuts that 7, but it's tough. She hit it straight, but not a bad leave. I don't know what that little glitch was that went on there, but very nice bank shot. And a perfect lead for the 8. Very nice. Nice win from Lindsay. Michelle will be off to the C final. Lindsay will continue on in the qualifier. This is Raylene at the table shooting here. She is on low ball. Yeah, Joan, we have all our 2 main pool halls that we play in back home both have diamond tables. I love playing on the diamonds. That's our playoffs for the CCS here in Calgary are all on diamond tables at the hidden spot in Calgary. So this is Yvette at the table. She is racing to 4. Raylene is going to 3, as you see in the far right of the scoreboard. Nice cut. She might have enough of the 10. I'm not sure, around the 15 from that angle. That is the 12 over beside the 4 on the right-hand rail. Then she's got the 13 at the bottom left corner. She could almost spin, although it's a reach, she could spin that 13 in, but that 12 doesn't go. She's looking at playing it bank back to the side, but with that shot tells me she couldn't see that 10 ball or enough of the 10, but that 4 and 7 are going to be tough for Raylene here down behind the 8 with that 10 ball in the top right corner. And this 2 ball is just past the side, so it is a tough cut back and really tough to cut in the corner without scratching. So if I'm her, I'm going to break out that 3 and the 6 ball, just tap them apart or try to tap something over top of that 13. And that looks like what she's shooting for down there now. A little unfortunate touch there. That 12 don't think goes in the side anymore, does it? If that goes in the side, she should be out here. She's playing a nice combo. You got to control that 15 ball where it goes. She hit that a little harder than I thought she would, but she's still good if that goes in the side pocket. That 15 will go on the top right. If it does, she's got a perfect natural angle. All she's got to do is pocket this ball. Perfect angle to come off the 15 off that side rail back and play the 8 ball in the same pocket. Unless she wants to slow roll it and play it in that top left. It's whatever she feels comfortable with. I was gonna say I tend to put a good stroke on it like that and come back and try to feather something. And nice out from Yvette there. 1-0. And we'll bring up Mike Burton, home team. Got a couple guys in Calgary looking to buy or sell a house. Mike and Mike, these guys are amazing pool players as well. A lot of the time you'll see them at these tournaments. They might be at the Canadians in a couple weeks out in Niagara Falls. And we haven't had this one up in a while. Here's a thumper jump break. If you guys are looking for an amazing jump break cue. Thumper, it is now the T4. We have the next generation coming out that's even better. We'll have to update our poster here, but the thing, just an amazing break and insanely easy to jump with that thing too. And it's best of both in one. If you guys are looking for one of those, you can message our page. We do get a little better deal than ordering direct from Thumper. We will include shipping and the duty coming across the border here, where they will not. But anywhere in North America, we will give you a little better deal than ordering direct. And I think we get a little bit of a preferred timeline too, a little faster. Being there, we're advertising for them, they give us a little bit of a preference. Dry break. So low ball. She has the 6 off the 11 in the side if she'd like from here, and that's pretty much all I see for a makeable shot. It will cut direct, but I like playing it off the 11 to hold that cue ball right there. Cutting at your cue balls it's going to be going flying down the end of the table here. Nothing easily makeable for Yvette here, so I think you'll see her split up this 9-13. Does her no good, so. A nice shot, nice containing, safe. That 6 ball might pass to the top right, but again, I mean, Raylene's going to be in tough here. Yvette's got very good knowledge table knowledge. Don't think she's got the 5-ball 11s in the way, so 6-6 I think will pass into this bottom left. Might cut past that 13. If I'm Raylene right now, I do not want to touch that 10 or the 15 down there. That's, or the 2-ball for the 10 or 15. That's the two problem balls for Yvette here. Nice try. Yvette, I think she's got an angle on that 13. She can play that and draw over and bump that 9 out if she chooses. She doesn't have an angle to hold forward into that top right. Or bottom right as we're looking at, sorry. It's just that 13-9 having her work now at either end of the table. You gotta like to clear one end out and then work your way down instead of going back and forth, moving that cue ball too much up and down table. Very nice. Think she can play the 14 hold to play the combo 15-10, or she can draw back into it if she decides to wants to break some of that out. Looks like she's playing some bottom. Very nice. I think her only issue now is getting a leave on that 9-ball. And what I do right now off the 10, although she's fairly straight, if I can spin that out, I'm trying to play a leave on that 13. I like to leave my 15 down here, just a little bit of a safe. No, I'm not sure if that goes. Don't think it goes to the corner, but she will have that in the side. No, Ben's actually sitting beside me. He's catching up on the viewer advantage tickets, so if anybody wants in on that, keep him busy writing. $20 a ticket, qsportslive@gmail.com. That gets you a $700 shopping spree at any one of our sponsors, or mix it around any multiple. We have Jam Up Apparel, Brutal Game Gear, Jacoby Q's, Thumper Jump Break, and JB Cases. $700 to spend at any one of those, or spread it around to a few of them. You maybe get a new case and a few shirts to go with it, or you buy a Thumper or Jacoby Black. And if you're outside of Canada and want to get onto that, you can message our inbox, our Q Sports Live Facebook page, or email us at qsportslive@gmail.com. We'll give you the options on how to pay other than e-transfer. Table is wide open now. Just give me 1 sec, guys. A bit of a miss. 15 is over the side pocket here. A little bit of a back cut, so that cue ball will be moving a little bit. If I'm Yvette here, I don't try to slow roll this. Oh, she's going to play safe. Okay. She is playing a little bit based on what she's seen of her opponent's ability. Again, Yvette being the B ranked player. Raylene's a C. So it's real tough with that 15 over the side. If I'm Raylene, I try to bank side and get that 15 off of that side pocket. Looks like that's what she's trying. Very nice try. And if she gets going, she's left it fairly safe. Although I can see Yvette putting that cue ball behind the 9 ball. Kind of like that. Nice safe. And that's a little bit more of the, you get the knowledge level goes up. And Yvette her knowledge level's above the B. Her knowledge level of the table's at an A level. She's a former teammate of mine. This is a tough hit. You got to go at least. I don't know if she wants to stretch and try. She's got 2 balls side by side. She can go off this end, bottom rail, and straight up. She's got a fairly wide area to aim for to hit the 2 or the 4, but with that 15 over the side makes it tough to leave it safe anywhere. So if I'm her, I'm going to try to hit the 4 or the 2. I don't want to give Yvette ball in hand. This is very tough to cut that in that side. Normally you go for these, you might go in off the side with a cue ball or right past into the corner pocket up top. Just got to be careful. She hit that really nice. And she's left either a hampered shot at the 9 into the top corner or a combo into the side. I'm thinking she'll play that combo just because she's not maybe bridged over a ball. Although she's got almost a free shot at that 9 because that 1 does not pass the 8. It went straight in. I didn't think it could. Very nice shot. And smart shot taking that 9. Even with not making it, she hasn't left Raylene a whole lot, although there's a safe she can play off that 2. A little bit of top left spin. Just draw it down there and play that cue ball off that rail and leave it just in behind that 4 ball. It's not the greatest safe, but at least put a ball in front of. So if you go back and watch this Raylene, there's something to look at. It's smart. She started to walk around the table. If you're not sure what you want, take a full walk, 360 around the table. Look at every direction. You might see something. She's called something. Maybe she's got enough to cut. She did. Awesome shot, but no real reward. Had to hit that a little harder. Now from here, another safe option is off her ball and hopefully go right in behind the 8, but that's very tough to control and hit that properly. And that 1, I think it's almost in the way of the bank corner. If she decided to bank that, she might be able to sneak it by. But I think the 1's slightly in the way. Same thing if she wanted to bank that 1 in the corner. Her other ball's directly in line. She could also thin off the 1 and try to go in behind the 8 that way. Yeah, and it's her second match in a row carry. Yeah, Treese, there's tables, again, it's all the same felt, the Mercury Ultra here, but yeah, some will play a little quicker than others depending on the age of the cloth and the wear and tear on it. These are both in fairly good condition here. Well, actually, all the tables are in here, but humidity levels and stuff like that play a factor. Bank side. And she's going to, at this angle, she's going to have to pound it, or she's going to cut it all the way in the corner, maybe. She hasn't called anything yet, we'll see. But it's a little steep for that side pocket on a valley table. Diamond table, I can bank that in there pretty easy. This one, you got to pound it into the rail pretty quick to straighten it out. She's looking at the cut. It's tough to leave. She's looking maybe at leaving an angle where it's only a combo that Raylene can play. And that's what she was looking at. Put it all the way up to where she's got to play a combo. That's smart. Her ball out in the middle of the table. Again, she's playing on her opponent's ability here, just to leave a tough combo. I don't think you'd never see Ben or one of the top players do that, because they're going to go for that bank, because chances you never want to give your opponent another shot at the table at the top level, because they can kick and bank and jump, and all of a sudden you might be sitting in your chair. Nice try, but second prize, she blocks that 8 ball. Now Yvette can play this in the side with some inside spin and try to come down to that right-hand side rail and play that 8 in this top left. Or she can play this to the bottom right and draw into that 8 ball. She's looking at the corner. Very nice, but unlucky. Unlucky. She might have the bank up to this bottom right. No call. She's just going to tap it. Uh-oh. Left the combo. So Raylene, as she plays this combo, you're going to want to play this in a little bottom left, top left, whatever. You want to pop out around that 8 ball, because you don't want to hit this soft and end up with that 8 ball in your road. 1 ball is always going to stay around that corner, but it might go up table a little bit, so you want to get that cue ball clear. Nope, perfect. Worked out perfect. Nice shooting. 1-1. Benjamin asking if there's any rule to calling no call. Yeah, because if you happen to shoot something, make a ball, your opponent can say, hey, if you haven't said a thing and all of a sudden the ball goes in, even though you're trying to play safe or no call, and it goes in, they have an argument there if it does go in to keep you at the table. And if a ref gets called over and you try to explain what's going on, and you tell your opponent, yeah, I meant to play safe. Well, did you call anything? No, the ball went in. Well, your opponent didn't know that. You're going to still be shooting that shot. So always call no call. Safety is the best, because I know they can get picky and stingy at some of the bigger events in Vegas where they want you to call safety. I always like no call. It's the same thing. I'm not calling a pocket. So, but call safe for safety. This is universal. Eight does not get spotted. You sink the 8 out of turn, it's a loss. You have to call pocket for that 8 ball. So if it goes down and you haven't called it, it's a loss. Yeah, Joanna, definitely. If you can play on the diamonds, it definitely tightens up your shooting into the quarter because you can't rattle, you can't feed them. They spit the balls out. But the diamonds do play different with the rails, the speed, everything else. So I mean, if all you're playing on the diamonds and you come to this valley and you start to bank or play off it's going to totally change your game. So you need to practice on both, but playing on the diamond will definitely make your potting a whole lot better because you got to be a lot tighter and you're used to hitting center pocket. Then you come to these valleys where you can slop one in from almost center diamond if you're playing pocket weight. Okay, no call on that 8 because she couldn't sink it, so she's playing a safe, is what she's called. No call. She was trying to just tap the 8, come over and leave the 8 in the way of that combo. So she was playing safe. That's why she called no call. She wasn't trying to bank it or put it anywhere. She's trying to play safe and hook her opponent is what she was trying to do. Is the reason for that no call on there. But it just didn't work out. That 8 came too far off and she left her the combo and cost her the game. You don't often see too often where you see a lot of people are calling safe on an 8 ball, unless again like that where she could easily sink it somewhere. And yeah, Rich on YouTube could have done that, but it's again, if you're going off balls and in balls, it's makes everything tougher. So I can't remember back to that exact shot, but again, you're looking at this as a standard and intermediate, with Raylene being standard and Yvette being intermediate. You're going to see different shots played when you see the advanced players on here, just with the skill level and knowledge and everything else. And consistency is a big one. Like myself, I can go on and I can make any shot go on the table and make amazing shots. It just, I'm not doing that consistent. So hence my crappy ranking and playing ability. Joanna, when I had my valley at home, I was looking at putting penguin rails, or from Penguin Amusements, call them penguin rails. It's Penguin Amusements online. They make a set of rails for the valley table that will make it play identical to a diamond. Same cut as the diamond rails, it reduces the pocket size. And you want to play on a valley table, putting those rails on will definitely improve your game. Although those rails, again, are going to bank more towards the diamond rails, but it definitely, for home use and practice up, and nothing's going to beat hitting the dead center of the pocket all the time. Yeah, Brittany's saying that for sure, the way she's saying that. I hate it when I'm just coming down to get set on a ball and your opponent's going, "What's your call?" Because I've always called something, unless it's dead obvious, right? But especially with the 8, even if it's straight in, I tend to point with my cue or something just to say where I'm shooting it. Getting into that habit too will save you to where, again, you shoot the 8 ball even though it's hanging straight in the side. If your opponent says you didn't call that, if you didn't call it and you shoot it straight in the side, they can argue, well, you didn't call a pocket. And then you call a ref over, and the ref says, well, what was your call? Why, it was sitting over the side, I just sunk it. I didn't call it. Well, that's a loss. That's a foul and a loss because you sunk the 8. So point, acknowledge, whatever, get your opponent's attention. Doesn't matter what ball is the safest way. Most players aren't going to call a ref over because that's being a little sort of cheap and being a little shady if you're doing that, if it's straight in the side and you call your opponent on something like that. But Joshua, yeah, they do have pocket reducers. I used to have a set, and they'll go onto any table, and they fit inside. They're spring-loaded, and they'll fit inside the table. And you can get those at, I think, like Q-Sticks International, Siebert's, any of those big dealers, I think, do have the pocket reducers. I had a set. Hang on one sec, guys. Sorry, guys. It's Ben and I having a little conversation there. This will be after this match. I'll be taking off because I got to play and I got to get some. Haven't eaten yet, so I got to get some breakfast and lunch. I guess it's noon now. Yeah. So I don't think I missed a game here. I think that's still 1-1. Raylene at the table. Smart shot. She didn't want to hit that hard and sink the 8. Or sorry, sink. Let me look at it again. Yeah. Looks like it's wired.
There is a complaint department.
Down the corner again. Yeah. I keep sitting down there waiting for somebody to show up. And nobody shows up. Oh no.
Hated when that happens. I was coming over back to next door yesterday and I had a coffee.
Yeah, the shelf on the diamond is a lot deeper than the valley. The valley tables with the bigger pockets, they're meant to be in the bar where people are plugging loonies, so it's meant to suck the balls down and keep the games going quick to make the money. That's originally how these valleys were designed, is to make money. So you want people sinking the balls and the balls going down easy. You get more coins going in them, especially if you're nice, very nice hit, and she's getting a safe out of it, or close to. That's why the valley table's got the big, what we call the bucket pockets and everything else, but they're still tough. But I definitely prefer the diamond tables because myself, I like shooting a lot softer, and the diamonds just roll truer. The ball rolls off quicker. It's usually got faster cloth on it.
The weather on you guys like
Yeah, I mean, on an 8-ball shot like that, if you're still talking about the one Yvette had, you know what? She could if you wanted to, call the side pocket and then just tap the 8. It doesn't matter. You're playing a safe.
3 flakes of snow in Victoria shuts the sun down.
So, Raylene's playing smart, unless she does not want to sink her ball with that 8 sitting there. Ideally for Raylene, she'd like to get her ball down towards that 8, and then you can sink it and break that 8 out at the same time. Yvette's going to be looking for a way to break that out, and if she wants to risk it right now, she could play that 3 off that 6 or the 8 into that pocket. It's fairly big going that way. She played straight in trying to get a leaf. Now she can bump this off and play safe. Put that 5 ball right in the middle. Leave Raylene a kick. Now if I'm Yvette here, I'm trying to park that cue ball on the rail to make it even harder. She didn't quite get there. She can see the edge of it. But I would have tried a little more top on that cue ball, maybe played a little different angle. If that cue ball's tight on the rail, it just makes it even that much harder. Again, if she can see part of it, she's close to the rail there. It's almost a funnel for that cue ball to go in the corner pocket. So you got almost nothing to lose here. Kick at it, try to call somewhere. There's no way you're going to really get this safe kicking at it with the balls the way they're sitting. She's calling it in the top left, I believe. Just watch this cue ball go into the bottom left corner. That's what you really got to watch. Very nice skid out of there, 5 ball. And the 6. Look at that. No good shot goes unpunished. That was very unlucky. Now, I don't know if she's got enough dead weight to roll up and freeze to that off the rail and freeze to that 8 ball. You do not want to hit it straight. Here comes Yvette to look to see if it's frozen. It's not.
If your stroke's bad, 10 millimeters.
Okay, I'm gonna call it back.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was just looking at our YouTube. We got our tablets where we follow along with the comments here. And YouTube was way behind. Nice shot. Nice hit. And a good leave. Got lucky here. It's a bit tough cut or a bank for Yvette here for whatever, but I think she might just play a little safe. Nice. She got the 6 in the way, but I think I'm going to try. Don't know if I can. You can kick this way. Or you can go off that top rail and kick that 8 ball into this bottom left corner is the other option. It's off the rail enough, but she's looking for this top right kick. And the way she's aiming at that, she's going to hit. And she got a rail, which is nice, but she's left a shot. Yeah, James is saying the diamonds level a lot better than the valleys. I think the diamonds got 16 or 17 leveling points on it. Up and down around, especially on the 9 foot. But the that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think at almost every diamond they do have a little leveling shim underneath the slate, so you can go up and down, just micro adjustments. It's the dead level of diamond table is a lot of work. Can I see the score of Lori's game? I don't, but I can get somebody to go check out the score of that other table.
Table 21?
Yeah. I got David, our little junior player we got with us. He can be our gopher and run around. He's went over to check the score of Lori's match there. And we can flip back once this one's done. We're back and forth. It is still 0-0. If we can get everybody to click that share button too, guys. We just jumped over 200 on Facebook. I know we were close to 300 this morning. Let's get the numbers back up, which is awesome for a Wednesday morning or just afternoon now. It should. Yeah, I've seen her at a number of these tournaments out and around. I've seen Laurie shoot. I see she's using a carbon fiber shaft. Looks like she's using a Predator P3 butt. I'm not sure if that's the Revo she's got on there, but actually it looks like the Revo. There is no weight at the top of it and looks fairly straight. No taper. Not like their Laurie's team name. I think it's their ladies' team name is Excuse Us. Hey, look at that. My eyes are getting good from a couple tables away. Morning, Randy. No, the Jacoby shaft is not hollow. It's got wood and foam in it. Laurie just won the first match over there, guys. Her first game. And Yvette with another win. Well, they're both racking, so we'll go through and put something up here. See how old we all are. But did you know? Saying, did you know we're old? And yeah, you can play pool right into your senior years. I got on my Tuesday team. Ron, my teammate, is 80 years young. Plays with us, still shoots pretty good. He's got to use his cue as a cane as he walks around the table a little bit, but still shooting. Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Somebody's taking a bathroom break, so I'm going to flip over to the other table for a minute. This isn't the score. I'll get the scoreboard maybe set up properly here. See how well I can remember names. I think it's Laurie Mino. And Trisha Little. And this one is a 4-3 race. And we'll flip back over to Yvette's match. Breaking. Nice break, ball down, but really tough opening. I think she's got the 3 ball to cut down the rail is probably it, unless there's a combo or something somewhere or a safe she can play, but a little unfortunate. And a lot of the time with that second ball break, if you don't hit it hard enough, you end up with that cue ball down on that bottom rail, or top rail as we're looking at it. Well, James, the older you get, the less sleep you need. Well, I'm hoping that, because I get almost no sleep. With all my health issues everybody's heard about over the last year, which actually started at this tournament. It's the 1 year anniversary, but over my last stint in the hospital about a month ago, when I was in for about a month, finally figured it all out, and I'm on a new med that's like a miracle drug that's working, but one of the side effects is insomnia, and man, do I not sleep, which makes these tournaments really tough when you only get 3 or 4 hours if you're lucky anyway. And now those 3 or 4 hours are 1 or 2. So if I nod off or you hear snoring, you'll know why. Top of the table, always the kitchen. Yeah, but I mean, we look as top or bottom as like on the stream as we're looking at it. We're always hoping to set up. It depends on all these tournaments. We're setting up where they're breaking towards which would be the bottom end, but the top end on our view. So that's the only reason why we call it top right, bottom right, just as we're looking at it on the stream, right? So if I were to flip over and here's another view, the side, I'd still call that the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom, but then the side will be the top side or the bottom side here on this view, right? So it just we call it top and bottom just as we're looking at it is easier. But yeah, usually the top of the table is where you're breaking from. But top of the table that way is the bottom of the table the way we're looking at it. So
Bob and Serge, give 12.
these are the friendliest pockets I've ever seen, but these tables are so strange. Nicholas Williams. Whereabouts are you, Nicholas, that these are strange? These are just regular valley tables that are all over the place. Probably the most abundant table in the world in these valleys. Either you got drunk or the resolution of the camera's not the same. On this straightaway view, everything looks fine on our tablets here. Oh, with our two, yeah, if we go back and forth, our one camera that got smashed a couple years at Four Bears here, we end up needing a new camera, but I'm just trying to find the $1,000 to come up with one. So, and especially with the lights, they will look a little different until we can get some new equipment down the road. Well, we got to make a lot more money before we do that. Actually, we got to make some money before we do that. Yeah, the light's in here too. Hey, Rod, how you doing, buddy? It's Rod from out in Manitoba that streams for us. You guys probably seen him. We got a couple teams from Manitoba here playing in this. Actually, the guy that I lost to last night plays out of Winnipeg or Manitoba there somewhere.
stomping across the carpet.
No, Nicholas, there's 5 or 6 different versions or brands of the Valley tables. Yeah, some of them are just like the Dynamo and a few others that are just terrible. Rod, this is a ladies qualifier this morning. So this is because they don't have enough. This is a combined in standard and intermediate, or B and C division. So that's the handicap 4-3-1 game. The advanced ladies got enough that they're just playing in an advanced final, but there will be. Actually, I think there's a BC. They might have 3 divisions for the final A, B, and C, but there's just a combined qualifier to move people up. I'd have to look at the brackets, but yeah, John, I'm feeling awesome. That's that new drug I finally got in the hospital here about a month ago. They put me on as like a miracle cure. Just hope it stays that way. I'm thinking Yvette should be out here. So the winner of the game here is going to be on the hill, and she rolled just enough. She was playing safe on that. She wasn't playing to make that, so smart shot. Yeah. Raylene just said last game was pretty fun, so she keeps, if you remember her kicking at everything. Yeah, these ones are the flush. They're the newer tables. Yeah, I didn't like that raised up in the corners. Just drove me nuts. I had that on my table at home, and I was almost going to take out my grinder and grind them down to flush. I think she's going to go right by it. Ooh, don't go in there. Unfortunate with a scratch, but yeah, I was watching the way she was aiming. She just caught the edge of it. It looked like she was aiming a little long or a little wide. Yeah, Joanna, those pocket reducers I had, they're fine, but when you shoot a ball into them, doesn't read, like if you miss, it doesn't react the same as the normal pocket rate is the only thing I didn't like, but it definitely makes you tighten up your shot, but that's the only other thing. You can get, if you got a good table maintenance guy or company in your area, you can always get them to shim the pockets for you, which then they'll play a lot more natural. I know we have a couple really good guys in Calgary that can do that stuff. One is actually the Prevail handcrafted cues. Jerry Pepin, he's table mechanic on top of building amazing cues. Sorry, guys. I just had Michelle, who we watched that last match there, just came up and thanked me. She'd gone back and watched a little bit and really liked some of the way I said should do this, should do that, back and forth. She loved it. So when she gets a chance, she's gonna go back and watch. And everybody that plays on here, we encourage you to go back and watch yourself. Best way to learn, even if you're playing in your bar or your home, if you got a table, set up with your phone. Little tripod or little holder, you can get them fairly cheap, and record yourself and then go back and watch. You'll see, oh, I missed this shot. Oh yeah, I'd seen I stood up or I lifted my head, or you'll see what you're doing. Definitely helps out. I know, I think I missed. Raylene won that last one. I think it should be 2-2. So for Lixa or whoever you are on YouTube, stop. I'm going to keep blocking and banning or hiding all your comments. So just got to figure out how to block or ban a user on YouTube. Joanna, no Fargo rate here, but it does depend. Like Yvette is an intermediate player, whereas Raylene's a standard level, which is the beginner or lowest level in the tournament here. We call it the standard division. It's A, B, and C ranking. So C is the standard, B intermediate, A is advanced, and then we do have the elite, like Ben, Joe, a few of those guys that after the A division races to 7. Those guys got to race to 8. They're actually spotting everybody a game in their division because they're at that elite level. We do use Fargo rate to help us rank players. Down at this level, in the ladies, it's tougher. The men's tend to have a lot more Fargo rated games. You're playing more tournaments, but if we see somebody that's got a fully established 600 Fargo rating, they're not going to be playing in the C division, even if they've never played here before. If you haven't played in this tournament, you can come in the C division unless you've got a known ranking that we can find and prove otherwise. Yeah, it just drives us crazy because you got all the links to the sex sites or whatever they got on there that pop up. Seems only on YouTube. I mean, Facebook we can ban them instantly, which is nice, but YouTube on the chat, it's got put them in timeout or hide this, hide that. There is no ban button that I can find. Notability is a big one. We will do on notability as well. I think we're I don't know if it's on a tournament brochure we got on the CCS website or somewhere. We will use basically any means available to rank you. And the same thing we put as you sign up and enter this tournament on the bottom, I think, of the page or whatever online there. It's by signing up you agree to be on camera. So, I mean, if you don't want to be streamed, we're not going to stream you. We'll try to move stuff to a different table. But by actually entering this tournament, you're agreeing to be filmed. Yeah, Scott. Keep the comments positive and Jason. No, it's not live. I'm answering you by magic. We are not live, but I can answer any questions you type out live. But through fancy, weird media stuff, this was recorded 2 weeks ago. I'm just making fun. It is live. And happy to answer any questions you have. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it out for you, and if I can't do that, I'll make up a really good answer. I'm good at that. Yeah, Wayne, none of these players, Yvette's might have played on the stream before, just because she's from Calgary, she's a former teammate of mine. She played with her just a week ago in the Western Canadian, VNE Western Canadian. She's on my team. But a lot of these people, that's not going to hit a rail or anything. Yeah, it's intimidating because we're set in here really close with the cameras. Like the table that they're playing on, I'm sitting literally like 7 feet from them with our cameras right in their face and me with a headset on. And I'll kind of show you here with this, with our little PTZ camera that I can zoom around. So let's see, in between racks, I'll show you. I'll take you a little spin around the room and show you how close we actually are here. Yeah, you're on camera, but you don't, the security cameras and all that, you don't pay attention to them. But when you got 2 big tripods sitting 8 feet up in the air, and another tripod here, and a desk with the computer and our tablets, and me sitting here away commentating on your match, there is pressure. And I mean, even though I started this, I don't know how many years ago now, when I started Q Sports Live, and Grant came on, Ben came on, we growing like crazy. But even the first, I started this, and I've played on the stream countless times. It's still in the back of my mind a little bit. I love doing it because it's actually a helper for me if I'm playing somebody that hasn't been on it, because that's generally in their head, and I love it. Makes me concentrate a little more. I usually play a little better on the stream. But I still get nervous playing on here, and it is a little intimidating. And I can feel it, and I'm the one doing it. Yeah, I've gone back. You can see stuff, because I don't know if it still says live in the corner when you go on it, but it's weird because you go back and watch stuff, and it just still lets you can comment on it if you want. Because when you do that, if you're watching something that's been recorded and you commented on it of ours, I get a little notification saying there's a new comment. So my phone beeps and buzzes 24 hours a day like crazy. We got 41,000 followers on our Facebook, or 6,000 on YouTube, and then the few other pages that I'm an admin on that I do stuff for got another 100,000 followers between the couple of them. The Inside Pool magazine, I'm an admin on a few of their pages and help them out. So my phone is like vibrates almost non-stop all day long, and beeps and buzzes. And thanks, Richard. Yeah, I haven't. I'll have to try that. I'll go back and see if it does. Yeah, it doesn't give Richard. When I go back, it goes, when I click on the name on the chat here, it goes, maybe go to channel. If I go to their channel, is that? No, it shows actually I do have them blocked somehow, so we're good. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, it's great watching the top players run out, but it gets boring. Good hit. And that's left that fairly tough too with that, although she's got a nice angle here to come around. Little top right on this. I'm going to play off of this bottom rail, left side rail and down, although see, Yvette's not playing. She's playing nervous because normally she shoots this and she's out for sure. The other ball. You never want to give your opponent another attempt at the table. So now Raylene's got a free swing at banking this. She'd called no caller safe. She had a perfect angle on that 11 to come around a couple rails and down and be out. You never want to give your opponent another chance at the table. So she's either got the cross corner to the bottom left here, or she could bank it to that top left. She's calling this bottom left corner, I believe. No, but she's left it really tough. If Yvette goes for this, she's got to go up and down the table. Again, you're just giving an opponent another, and that happens. That will be game over. Raylene wins. So, I'll show you just while we're doing this how close we actually are, like I said, to view. So here's the room there, as far as I can go that way, so I got to spin the camera all the way around. So we got 40 tables in the room. As we come around, here's the tournament desk. This is how close we are to the tournament desk. That's Bill, Fenton, Shannon, Benson in the back. There goes Raylene to scan her card. So coming around, here's the entrance where everybody comes back in and out. Here's me right here. So this is where they're sitting. There's our cameras, so, and then back down to the table. So I'm like 6 feet from this table. And then you've got our cameras up in the air watching you. So it is intimidating. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reset, guys. I got to take a quick break. I got to play. We're going to get Ben back on when he comes back live, but I got to get ready to play my match coming up. So thanks for tuning in. Ben will be back with you here shortly. when we get the next set of matches up. So thanks for tuning in. We'll check back. I play at 1:30, and then I'll, depending on how I do, I might be back on, or I might be playing right through till midnight tonight. But we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.